everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing a Jeskai control list that won a challenge, taking a record of 7-2. This is what we were on, not us, but what they were playing. And we're going to hop right into the games. I just want to play some control, and that's what I want to play. I want to play Jeskai because I love Lightning Helix and Shiko, and stock up with Shiko is incredible. So with that said, let's go play. Yeah, we'll keep. Alright. Oh, that does not matter to me whatsoever, really. We'll take a land. We kind of basically got a guarantee to get to this Ultima. A Hawk who heals. Sure. The real problem is once this gets turned on, which it looks like it's about to, like, turn 1. Which is objectively nuts, right? That it's just like already online. But we can Helix the Hawk. Or how big do they get? +2. Yeah, I guess. Sure. Sure. Let's Helix here. Bonk, bonk, and bonk. Alright. Destroy all tapped creatures. Now, every creature they do play will be a threat, though. That's the only real big, that we'll have to, like, figure out here. I almost feel like I need to keep this. Let's play here. I guess I could find a seam rip. Oh! Write the script. Put my name under the wing column. Write it up. Write them up. Now I can just Ultima if I want to. But obviously, sure. Let's play Authority. I don't think I'm down to play this. I think I'm gonna have to use this as a threat. Obviously, this doesn't matter too much here because it's just kind of that weird thing of like, heal. I know this sounds incredibly weird. Do I get this? I should get it back, right? Yeah, I actually have a plan here, I think. Go here, unless this doesn't work the way I think it does. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, no, that worked the way it does, but like, does Ultima give me my thing back underneath the shelter? I'm at this point just testing. I don't know. It's a double striking 5/5. Okay. Inner tapped. Say no and go. We'll still block here. The Hawk who healed. You're going for lethal. Here and reveal here. Yeah. No. Let's do this. Okay. We're chilling. Everything's very fragile. Yeah, I'll throw the block. They know they have a creature that can win the game on its own, so they're down. Oh, what a draw. I was about to say, okay. It about got really bad, though. We'll pass here. I know I could play a land, but I think I want to cycle this, and I want to keep the land as my discard. Sure. You're going to take my seam rip, which is fine. I mean, I guess I'll get the answer to my question regardless, right? Take 5? Sure. I'm just doing this now. Definitely going to take the cards of choice. White. Give me 2 blue anyway. Yeah, sweet. Ultima. So I do get the seam rip back. Huh? You guys see that bug? So this is technically supposed to end the turn entirely. It's kind of funny that it didn't. It actually had a pause there. All right, well, we're going to play this and stock up. Actually, we'll rediscover the way. Discover the way is much better here. Oh, yeah, now we're cooking. They're cooked. Pick them up. The sheriff's in town. Yeah, I was gonna say, stick them up. This sheriff's here. It's over. It's done. All right, with that, we'll move on to the next game. Guess it depends what my opponent's doing. Authority of the... yeah, we're definitely shocking this in. Just gonna use it as much life gain as I possibly can, and then we can go here if I want. But the only problem is, obviously, my helixes are down in that kit front. Do you think I have to play it this way, though? Maybe could have get lost the challenger regardless, but we'll see. Sure. Yeah. They can pump their higher claw if they want, but they should double activate maps. That's the way they're going. Sure. Untap land would be pretty good here. Or the most expensive card in my deck. That would also do it, I think. I'm like, I need a land here. Most expensive card in the deck against the aggro deck. Yeah, yeah. Right. Seems right. Seems right. At this point, it's going to be a split up, right? It's going to be them maybe playing another creature, like a Screaming Nemesis or something. And they're tapped, they attack me, and then I split up if I draw it. If I'm not going to draw a land, that's kind of where I want to be. Lightning, maybe. Overthinking. Could helix this now. I don't think it's worth. Alright, well. I feel cooked, regardless. I don't feel great. But double helix isn't bad. Turn. You're probably just gonna wait to burst lightning me with 5 mana, right? What is up here? They thought about bringing up the Soulstone, which isn't a bad idea. I think here. As weird as that is. Sure, you can bring that up. That's fine. I'm not pumped about this by any stretch, but I have a full grip. Taking some mana away. Sure. It's a tough one when this card isn't necessarily that relevant in the matchup to have it, but like just having maybe, I don't know, maybe the tap land was just better turn one, because then I didn't get to have anything held up until after. I don't know. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Feel like I just have to bluff them here. I feel like that's my only route. Here. The authority doing good work here. I think they thought the village was going to get it in, but the bluff kind of working. All right. The only land in that entire pile that I think should have not tapped for that did. Okay. Are we crawling out? How's this happening? Sure. Here. I could go for a Helix here. I think Helix is too dangerous though. I know it gains life, but they could always burst lightning and then upgrade this, and then I don't remove their only threat. But then maybe that's not the worst, right? I don't know. 5? Okay. Alright. Alright. Deal. Gotta, you just gotta let them know. Alright. I need a red and a white available. Blue, red, white. This is where we're at. We'll take what here? Surveil land stock up. Keep. We are trying everything we can. They can win Stalker Frenzy this anyway, so not attacking doesn't make sense. I'll hold this one. Alright, we're trying. Oh my, they just left! Well, how did we get out of that game? That is criminal to get out of that game. Alright, deal. If I was on the play, I would risk it, but not really on the draw. I don't think I can. We can keep here. I don't have a blue mana, so I don't want to get rid of any white card. And I need another land to play stock up, so I'm going to gamble here. So the idea is, if I do find another land, I'd much rather have stock up over consult. And if I'm not going to have a blue mana, I can't cast consult anyway, so this is not castable, and this isn't castable with another land, so I have to hit a land in order to make consult castable. But if I hit the land, I would prefer stock up, is my reasoning there, if you're curious. But we get to turn 1 authority, maybe? Authority been a big card recently. I remember when authority came back to standard, I was very adamant that the card was not playable in best of 1, but the kind of entire atmosphere has changed since then, Well, am I supposed to seam rip this? Or I just play Authority and then, I don't know, get lost it or something? Or Steam Rip it next turn? We do find another land, but unfortunately, every one of these verges cannot tap for a blue. Like, so I did draw the other land. It just didn't do anything. My opponent, however, also does nothing. All right, one surveil land will be in the clear. We have to get rid of the scavenger. Scavenger's too good here. Honestly, I'll take a shock land. Okay. Interesting. Doing it now, I think. Take this. Maybe one day my lands will turn on, but until then, I'm gonna play the cards that are being currently substituted in until Lorwyn comes out and gives us our other shock lands, because that's kind of where I'm at. But now, if they Shelter by Ghost, I can at least play the Verge, get lost the actual Swordmaster, and go that route with it. And then I'll answer both, and then they'll be down to Shelter by Ghost, which typically means they shouldn't really find a third one, but they won't have any creature in play to do anything with it anyway, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay. I feel, oh my god, these Verges are gonna kill me, dude. I'm not even risking it here. I'm not risking playing around everything. Because one protection spell and they're good. Can I have that basic? Can I have that basic? I'll swap you this. It's kind of the same. They used the map here as kind of a mistake because they already played a land, so it makes their draws a lot worse. But if also they put a counter on it, then who am I to complain, right? That makes more sense. Yeah, there you got rewarded for that. Pretty good play. Oh my god, bro, please. Like, what is this game? Look, I still can't cast this. I can't cast any of this. Shelter, sure, why not? Why not, bro? Unlock your full potential. I can cast an Ultima right now, and I cannot cast a stock up. Let that sink in. Just let it sink in. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm allowed to play the game? Split up, please. Ah, you just won't give it to me, will you? And I don't have another blue. Like, this is so tragic of a way to lose this game. I'm just like dead on board. It's, I mean, if this is the game I lose, like, sure, you know. Let's just put you at 5, 6, 7, 8. You have lethal. It's not that complicated. Okay, good job, buddy. You figured it out. Oh my, man. I just, like, I will keep that hand, like, any time in a spot like that. And if Arena is just not going to let me draw any other land, I'll lose. When that's probably a very easy win, unfortunately. Wow. Every single one of these lands turns on the 5 Verges I had last game. Nice. It turn on literally every single one. One of these do. So, you know, it's just, that's just where we are. I'll take a Helix. I have a stock up and consult, so. A surveil again. I'm going to pass on that because now we need to find, like, lands and actually progress. That's a breeding pool, so this is probably the Simic. Oh, what's the deck? Oboro and stuff, or like the copy guy. I think it's a 1/3 actually, so I'm okay with it. Get lost. Let's pass. Can't really stop their mana production here, but okay. Play the third Landware Elves. Or fourth. Not third. Play the fourth. Alright, so they're tapped out now. So I will just go ahead and body this. Sure. I could stock up, but I do have a consult. And this is like the idea for it, where I have a get lost to make sure I don't get exploded. Don't worry, I don't have a counterspell. I'm just glad that every Verge I draw from here on out is just automatically turned on. You know. Unlike some other games, but that's okay. It's just a little tilting. I'm not mad. Sure. I guess I could have a flanker to flash in there, yeah? I could have Enduring Innocence. What do we want here? I don't really need this anytime soon in this matchup. We can always get our opponent to concede by boring them to death. Essentially. I mean, I'm going for it. If they have a counterspell, sure. I think it's Enduring Innocence, but... okay. Sure. My mana accelerant deck playing 3 steps ahead. Yeah. Sure. Gotta be like Smuggler's Surprise, right? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Sure. It's an interesting deck, that's for sure. Uh-huh. Can I draw a land? Thank you. I keep being in this spot where it's just like... What if... Destroy all tapped creatures. What if it just happened as slow as physically possible, and just looking at 4 doesn't find a land, then your draw doesn't find a land, we cast stock up, it gets countered. You know, it's just like a lot of weird stuff happening. Sure. Pass it up. If their only plan is to bring up his land and attack me forever, I'm just going to get lost it. Must participate some other way now. I went from a lot to not enough. And now we have to let them attack, so they go counterspell down. Like a 2-mana counterspell. They could have a Snakeskin Veil or something here, but I'm not really messing around with that anytime soon. Sure. Pretty sweet. I can now go here into a stock up and hopefully find a land, and if this attacks me, it happens. If this is a spell pierce, then so be it, you know? I lose my Shiko, I block the Vine Stock. I live regardless, even if they like bounce my creature and hit me. So now we take land. Stock up. Seems good. I play land. I could have grabbed the blue-red one, so I could have grabbed a Helix back, but it's okay. I now have a 4/5. Mr. Judge Holden. Let's see it. What do we have? Are we just back on Vinestock, or are we actually going to start casting some spells? Weird graveyard looking thing, and obviously this is in exile. We'll try. His worst case, that is Shiko and answer it next turn, right? I say maps or sorcery speed. Okay, deal. That's at the end step. That's just now a 1/3. This. Felix. Okay, cool. The boring them to death plan worked. Nice. My opponent is first. I will attempt to keep this hand, knowing I'm on the draw and have 3 draws to find another land. Forsaken Miner, sure. Authority. My Helix isn't turned on. Okay. Here. If I'm not going into the turn with counterspell up, I might as well Helix now and make them decide what they want to do. Obviously, I could have gone into the turn with the counterspell up, but don't feel like it's necessary. Sure. Now we're just praying for our Ultimas at this point. It's crazy how much different my games have felt with just, I don't know, one basic land. I do have a dragon in my hand, so we will do this. I'm gonna play a third one. It's just like the Land War Elf game all over again. Sure. Oh, I hate that. Ah, whatever. Like, I really just wanted to answer this, to be honest. I'm not even... If I can't eventually beat one Forsaken Miner, then I probably should just give up my career right now. Alright, let's stock up and find our land. I said that so confidently, I was ready to not find the land. Here, it could be village, but there's no reason to take the village. We're better off just grabbing second stock up. Sure. Yeah. Now this land does become a little bit of a problem. I will cast this and look at my top five and find a good card, actually. Maybe. This is just a land. Alright, now we're looking for the Jeskai card, because that card's obviously pretty good in a spot like this. No. Stock up. Eco is a very good card here, and then I guess should be Helix. I could take another... I could have taken like another authority, so anytime they make one of these, I just gain 2 life. Which basically buys me 2 turns on any one creature that they have. Make a treasure token. Here. Sure. You can have that treasure. I don't know what their plan is. This is typically just to sacrifice things, but 12 is a lot to be committing to this. They take that as a draw. 3 mana. Is there a Sephiroth coming? What if they're playing the 1 card where they bring back 6 creatures? Is it... I think in paper it's Sinister 6, right? Realistically, I think I just want to play this and stock up again. Just like try to make it where it's unlosable. There we go. Take that as well. And now we'll just pass. They might have removal for Shiko. Like, I I about said to go for the throw, but that card's obviously not legal. It could be like the warp creature, like one of these. And to the card that gives like -10/-10 if you warp or have a creature leave the battlefield this turn. Solve all, I guess. Could be 2 in there, yeah. Indeed be 2 of them. I'm not even consulting here. What you got? I play something here. Yeah, play something here. I will do destroy all tapped creatures. It's weird that the authority of the councils is entirely shutting this card off, by the way. Because of the fact that they can't, the creatures when they enter, they don't get to get tapped right away. So this land is basically being, not maybe useless is a bit aggressive, but a bit useless, yeah. Gonna bring back your creature. Makes sense to me. It could have a hand disruption spell, so I'll just wait. Almost just did it out of just kind of like, let's get through the turns, right? I'll take this. And then maybe we can just straight up start winning the game. I'll take it here. I have 6 cards in the graveyard, even though it technically does fuel their graveyard. So we're kind of holding this on the back burner. Then we can go here. It's a 2/4, right? I believe. Now we're stocking up. We'll grab Surveillant. Honestly, I don't need another Shiko here. I'm just gonna grab 2 lands, so I have land drops to make. Sure. Seems fine. Here. Go ahead. You can sacrifice those and draw cards, but literally as long as the longer this game goes, the better off we are to win it. And then here we'll just continue to do everything. We can even do weird things where we play this and exhaust it, playing the River Regent, and then bring it back in the hand. Or we play this next turn, use 3 steps ahead to counter a spell, and then make a copy of it because it is an artifact. Which might even be the better play. And then just be like, you know what? Here we are. We're here to win. Sure. $20 life. Go ahead. Go ahead. I've got no rebuttal, no complaints. Return target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. That one. That one. I got stuff. What is the plan? Jeskai Revelation. Very hard card to beat. Sure. Kind of holding this to make the copy of the monument, like I've said. So. Sure. We're going to helix it. Yeah, makes sense. And because I answered Sephiroth, the trigger doesn't happen to get the other cards to come in. Here. Sure. Here. Prowess. I'm at 32, by the way. I'm at a pretty high life total. Here's 4. Go ahead. I have enough to counter and copy and activate. Deal. I don't like countering this, but I'm going to. Here. And I can activate both this turn. We're going to do it on their end step, though. Sure. That's fine. It's also fine so far. Sure. Yep. We're gonna do winning the video game plays. Here. They have 15 cards in their graveyard. $17. Play here. Sure. I don't know. Here, I guess. Go ahead. Go ahead. 13 cards, and I have another activation, so I just wanted to get them out of the way. This game is over, but we're still here, so I just wanted to do the monuments and just be like, all right, on my turn, I'll mill the rest of your library. Just doesn't really matter. This authority that councils has absolutely punished them. I mean, I'm at 36. Like, what else is there to really do, right? Yep. These are... Here. And I'll pass. Go ahead. Sure. It resolves. I'm auto passing my turn, Arena. Alright, cool. We get there, and that's kind of why we play the one-up monument, just for weird things like that, where we kind of have the game stalled out, and instead of kind of grinding through it entirely, we get to monument, which is sick. But it's also just good in the long grindy games or the mirrors where having that monument can make up all the difference. Alright, so here we are back with Jeskai Control, my favorite variant of Control to be playing on the ladder if I am to be playing Control. I do think 4-color does reminisce this a bit, and honestly it all kind of stems from I really enjoy casting Lightning Helix and having the Snapcaster like effect come and play with Shiko, which gives me a lot of joy because I like Snapcaster Mage, and this gets me there, right? It just makes me happy to play this. And also, it's a win condition that kind of feels kind of like Dream Trawler did in a bit, where whenever you played it, it started actually ending the game. Because even if you do a value one with this, I mean, putting a 4/5 in play that recasts this stock up that you already cast most likely is just such a high value play that it just makes it so much harder to lose. And if you have the time to do that, that most likely means your opponent's not really in the best of spots, or you're in such a bad spot that it's one of the only ways to crawl out of the game. Now, one of the biggest things that's happened in the kind of evolution of what standards become, and I kind of blame the artifact deck for this, because it's changed my opinion almost entirely, and that is the fact that Authority of the Councils is a very viable, playable card that you should probably be playing at any given time, because of the fact all the cards with haste, all the kind of creatures within web and stuff like that, which would help them, but like getting the creatures larger always makes it harder, because I think some of them have maybe not haste, but all the creature decks going wide just can buy you the time to have cast the stock up and then find a split up or Ultima or something like that. I do think in best of one, immediately a change I would be making is I think I would be a bit more like I'd play another Ultima or something, or I would play maybe another Day of Judgment. I guess not another, but maybe go to a Day of Judgment, because we do have a lot of one-ofs, you know, kind of doing the control specialty here, where it's like play all these one-ofs, use consult star charts and stock up to find them. But I do enjoy playing stock up over Consult the Star charts, and I know we were all about this card when it came out because we're like, new card. But the more I play with this, the more I realize that stock up is just a better card 99% of the time, on the fact that it does also work better with Shiko overall. Because with Shiko, I think you can actually pay the kicker, which is weird, but I don't really want to do that. I want to play my Shiko and look at 5 and grab it. And if I do Shiko, this looks at 5, grabs 1. This looks at 5 and grabs 2. Or on turn 3, we're grabbing 2. On turn 4, it's like if we have to remove something, are we just doing this for value? And it becomes like this really weird, strenuous card. But in a deck like this, we always have time to draw one later when we have 47 mana, and then just cast it then, and it's not that big of a deal, and then does become better than a stock up overall. 4 mana to look at our top 12 is much better than 3 mana to look at our top 5 and grabbing 2 of each of those options, obviously. But if we're at that point, we're probably winning regardless, so it's that weird kind of back and forth that you have. But overall, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'm going to call it there. This is one of the decks I enjoy playing the most. There's not really a whole lot of new cards in it, but it did win a challenge kind of like this, so I wanted to play it like this because it's built for current meta. Unfortunately, I just wanted to play a deck that I thought was solid today, and this is it. So it is what it is. But with that said, I hope you all enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.